Sure did. 441 Martians. We out in the trench, sun gazing, calibrating. You know what I mean? July the 25th. We're looking at the transition from these rough dog days into a love frequency. You know, Cancer kind of represents the dog star. And as the dog star rises throughout the summer months into the fall season, you're going through a transformation of malevolence to benevolence. You feel me? Cancer kind of hones in on some of that lower nature because the opposite is Capricorn. Capricorn is the physical side of things. And coming out of that, we're looking at Leo season. We have the sun, moon, and Mercury currently in Leo right now. So what's that say? That say check your ego first. Now your ego is necessary just like the sunlight coming up every day. But imagine if the sunlight came up every day and it was too hot. It'd be out here burning things up. Things wouldn't get purified. Things wouldn't get the nutrients. Things wouldn't get the protection that it needs. You know what I mean? The moon in Leo is safely, securely expressing your emotional field without impeding on another's. You know what I mean? So you want to have a sound emotional body that can regulate itself, if you will, because Leo is self-sufficient. Leo is looking at self-sufficiency. You feel me? And you're dealing with the energy of sun, moon. It's not quite conjunct. Sun is what, in the early phases, 2nd degree, Eastern astrology. And then, I don't know where the moon is. It's like 13, 14 degrees or something. Mercury is too. It's a little closer, but Mercury in Leo, Mercury in retrograde in Leo, is giving us a opportunity to rename, or actually, this is a better way to say it, to polish your crown. So you take your crown off for a little bit. So people might look over at you like, dang, he ain't got his crown on. He ain't so-and-so and so-and-so. So you got to take that right now because they don't recognize you. But once you clean your crown up, polish it, spit shine, reverberate the energy, and you place it back on your aura, your avatar, now your being is shining again. So you only got a few more weeks of Mercury retrograde. But we're looking at a huge retrograde season though, because those personal planets are in Leo, but we're looking at Aries energy retrograded with Neptune and Saturn. We're looking at Uranus energy retrograded with Pluto. So what's that? That's Mercury, that's four planetary placements that are in retrograde, y'all. So a lot of us chosen ones, we're like, damn, when this shit gonna start? Like, you know, when the movie gonna start? Or when the line gonna move? You just in this line and it ain't moving. And Uranus has jumped into Gemini. So we're really gearing up right now. So a lot of us are in the waiting room, waiting for the baby to be delivered, physically, mentally, or spiritually, however you want to put it. But your mental clarity could be, you know, rebirthing. You could physically be having a child. Your spiritual clarity could be rebirthing, or all three, you know, blessed to you. But this retrograde energy is asking us to just reflect on the past on a major way because Saturn is here. Saturn in retrograde is asking us to reflect in a major way on the past. Long, long before just this year, go back 30 years or however old you are, go back to the beginning to see what it is that you learned and how you maneuvered through particular lessons and capitalize on the lessons that you learn. Because I'm currently going through so many acknowledgments of how divine my walk was. And although certain periods of my life may have been, kind of negative or seemed like dim light, I've always had spiritual guidance to keep me in a positive mindset. So that's just personally for me, and I know how my chart works. I got a positive mindset. So I've been through a lot of grim, foolish, unequivalent opportunities. But the opportunities were not equivalent because they weren't in alignment at the moment. So finding alignment is important. Finding yourself is important. The more that you go within, the more that you'll be able to value the knowledge that you're seeking. And it's all inside. We go looking for books. We go to church. We go talk to somebody else. But all the shit that you need, all the energy, information-wise, all the whole nine is within you. So you start with the astrology chart to see what the current energy is, and then you look and see what your actual energy is for your particular self, the energy you were born with, and then the day-to-day energy. Because maximizing energy is kind of the key here on this 3D plane. And we're reality driven, but we don't realize that reality is the spiritual realms, 5D and above. And if we're not affecting those realms, we're not able to penetrate the ascension. You feel me? So beautiful Friday today, y'all. Just in this trench. I'm off topic. We supposed to be talking about the subtle body, but I pressed play on my walk back, and we live, y'all. It's a great day. 24th yesterday, 25th today. Leo energy, the A8 portal is on its way, and this is a very popular topic when you look up 8-8 portal. A lot of people will come up with a lot of different perspectives for this 8-8 portal, but I encourage you to sit with yourself and to see what this 8-8 portal means for you. 8 plus 8 is a 16. 1 plus 7 is 1 plus 6 is a 7. So this is a spiritual upgrade, if you will. 8 and 8 are two eternal numbers. Two eternal numbers coming together in placement side by side. This can be a twin flame number, you know what I mean? Divine counterpart number, if you will. 8 and 8, two eternal frequencies join together to make a spiritual bliss, number 7. But all in all, these portals are gateways of energy. So you got to think of everything being energy gateways. So even when you pull up at Walmart and you walk into Walmart, Walmart is an energy gateway. And if you notice, the energy that you step into at Walmart is way different than the one that you step into at Target. They have two different energy fields based on the mechanics of its matrix. Follow what I'm saying? So this is everywhere you go, including, especially, not to disregard human beings. Humans are portals as well. So you can physically put your phallus in a woman's portal. A woman can physically put her tongue in your mouth, so these things are portals as well. And the ability to transfer information is adept when you do so. So this is just important to keep in mind as you're walking through this matrix sequence, because you'll get a black hole. And we was talking about this week. Go to my live, go to YouTube, check on my crow calls, man. We was talking about a lot of good little nuggets on that, the black hole, and how the frequency needs an exchange, or you're going to be sucked into that black hole. So this is the sunken place, if you will. So you get a woman or a man that's an incubus, succubus spirit that's leased to their body, and maybe the only thing that they want to do is drain you of your energy, however that may look. But the draining of energy, slow drain, is always what we are not seeking. That's what we always are often fighting against, if in a better term. But that's what we're seeking to cut off at the head, cut the snake off at its head. And the value of having your sword any moment that you need to do so. You follow what I'm saying? So these retrogrades are giving you the opportunity to polish your sword. These retrogrades are giving you the opportunity to seek guidance. Now, for me, moment of transparency, I have four placements of retrograde in my natal astrology chart. So retrograde season, I love retrograde season. A lot of aligning things happen for me in a smoother manner that some people may experience. So check your chart and see if you have retrograded planets in your natal chart. This will affect your day-to-day basis, because a person with a natal chart that's retrograde, a lot of people don't understand them, because you see things in a totally different fashion. You have on the 20/20 glasses already at birth, and you're able to see through or see taller or see past the anomalies that are distracting you. And it's very important to keep those reaches. So the further reach you have, the further perspective you have, the clearer your perception. So it's a science to gaining knowledge and staying in front of knowledge, because it's not all about books. Books are great calibrations, but when you're really handling the information comes directly from the source. And the source can be however or whoever you want to call it, but you want to make sure that you're grounding. You want to make sure that you're meditating. You want to make sure that you're operating in a standpoint. I say that I just found, this is how y'all know I'm anointed, y'all. WoodPecker. So how do we decode this? This is real-time omen, y'all. WoodPecker is a Libra energy. Libra energy is a balance of Ma'at. Peace, I hear y'all. A balance of Ma'at. So Libra energy wants the love frequency that you have for others, and universally, it wanted to be cured. So this ties into our 8/8 portal information, right? So the love that we send out from our avatar is basically an ultralight beam. And this works at a higher frequency than our visual spectrum, right? So the ultralight beam is what we use to affect others on an eternal basis, if you will, or a even maternal basis. Maternal would mean how you are rooted at your core. So you can be rooted at a certain core, right? But new roots can gain you deeper knowledge. So the more effect that you're having on others, universally loving individuals, and this can't be lustful or toxic, it has to be a balance. There has to be a specific focus on the love and lust, because it's a little bit of both, really. And that's where you find divinity. You know what I mean? The silver lining is where God lies at, y'all. If you did not know, the silver lining, not the black or the white, but right in the middle, that little lining. You know what I mean? That little lining that shows you that it's a little bit of both, but it's not too black and it's not too white. Come on, man. Black and white. This is a black and white feather. Come on, man. This is how you break the shit down real time, y'all. We live right now. I'm just walking through the streets of the Matrix. So I want y'all to help me help you. because y'all will realize some new shit and then y'all can get online and then teach me. So I'm only just showing you my side of things, my perspective. I want to see somebody else's perspective so we can get the full perception. And it's beautiful like that because we can swap the energy. The energy signature can be matched. We are able to, you know, flip. There's always a flip when it comes to mirror energy. You want to be very, very focused on the ability of seeing yourself in another that has been placed in front of you, because it's a black and white. Because he may be, she may be, they may be totally opposite of you, but there's something in there that is you. And there's a level of you that may need a tweak. So they may be out of tweak with their level and it may annoy you. So the fact that it annoys you is because it's a little bit of you and you don't want somebody doing the same things that you do. So those ultralight beams go a long way, y'all. We have to send that energy out so that the collective energy can be strengthened. And the more we get rid of the haters, because I've learned that haters, jealous, envy, all that type of lower nature energy is very, very cutthroat, very, very ugly. And that energy, it can't hold up around an anointed being. The ultralight beam, it annoys the demons. It annoys the demon spirit. It's something that they do not like. So you'll notice every movie you see it, but you'll notice the chosen energies on this planet are demonized, are threatened, are devalued, are, you know, sent to a corner to figure it out, right? But basically, that corner is your meditation grounds. And just like I said, you have to be able to balance yourself in a ma'at position, and you have to meditate. You have to sun gaze. You have to gain the alignment in this manner. This is the way that it works. It's really a system that has been in place for millions, however long the existence of Earth been. But we're at this space where we're just redundant. So we're only improving the wheel. There's no need to change nothing up. So value the ability to sit with yourself, value the ability to meditate and be quiet long enough to understand what God may be trying to tell you. Because you can't go to church and expect the preacher, the pastor, this motherfucker jump out the car, out of Benz, and he gonna tell you what God told him to tell you. Bitch, if you don't get the fuck out of here, that's a whole psyop, family. The whole church is a psyop. I don't give a fuck which church it is. Every one of them. I bet money. It's a psyop, family, because you don't need church, family. You need community. We don't need no motherfucking church. We need community. So motherfucker go to church just for a funeral, just for the Sunday meal, just for Easter Sunday, and call it a day. Nigga, no, we not doing none of that. So this is why we got to get to know ourselves. That way we can value the ultralight beam within ourselves, and then we can step like Kendrick, big stepping. You know what I mean? It's real basic. So I just wanted to tap in, crow call, make sure y'all know we live. We still out here. We're gonna be consistent. We're gonna continue to value ourselves in a manner that is unseen in most current days, because the value for yourself is sometimes, actually a lot of times, going to require you to say no to people that you care about, say no to things that you really would indulge in, but it's not good for your future, it's not good for your being, and not good for your alignment. So we're just honoring ourselves. That's what we're gonna do, family. All of us, we're honoring ourselves at this moment. We're not gonna be gaslit. We're not gonna be lied to. But we're gonna honor those that have went against us as well, because that's the opposition. The opposition, it's cool to say you smoking on an op pack, but really, honor to them too, because they the ones that sharpen your skill. It's like having a sparring partner, and at the moment he the opposition, but when y'all get off of the sparring crew, y'all homies or whatever the fuck. So we don't want to make it too deep, because then that's when our heart is not light as a feather, and our ability to maneuver and ma'at this thing is now getting more difficult, because now you're upset at whoever that did you wrong, and your heart is heavy. Your scale on one side is heavy, and you're not going to get through the gateways. You're not going to be guided through the underworld with Anubis, and if you end up in the underworld without balance, that's your ass. I'm telling you, that's your ass. You end up in the underworld without Anubis's guidance, balance, authority, you done. What's Anubis? Anubis is the dog. Anubis is the dog energy, the energy that we're experiencing at this moment. So if you don't have that dog in you, if the dog ain't in you, and this is a saying, right? And what is this saying about you? If you got the dog in you, that means when it's time to come alive, you gonna shake, rattle, and roll on some old school. I don't know, that shit just reminds me of my granddad. He got to shake, rattle, and roll though. Damn. All right, I'm with it. I'm with it, spirit. Nigga gonna shake, rattle, and roll. Friday, family. Man, look. I got some real haters on my line right now, man. I'm just so thankful that shit don't bother me no more. The little petty dumb shit people do, man, it exposes their hand and exposes my righteousness. So it's a twofold. It's a twofer. So I no longer get upset with these petty little wars that people do on a childish basis. It's really hilarious, you know what I mean? At some level, you're just gonna end up over at the kitty table while I prepare this seat over here, while the kings, queens, goddesses, ancestors, and all the rest of the disciples eat. You know what I mean? Talking big shit too. So y'all meet me at the disciples table, man. Like that's where we're gonna I won't say conjoin. That's where we're going to continue our protocol, family. These platforms are battlegrounds like Coach Reg got. Y'all look up Coach Reg. He's one that you want to follow. Y'all, he's one that you want to learn. He's a great teacher, spiritually. And he's teaching about primordial awakening. So we're all just regular robot beings right now, right? A lot of us are activating the energy from the red sun, the alignment from the etheric resonance, the Schumann resonance is spiking, and the spikes are kicking it up a notch. Volcanoes everywhere, and bears in Yellowstone leaving, animals in Yellowstone leaving, people falling out. It's a real thing that's happening. So you want to pay attention to your resonance, because if you don't believe in astrology, clairvoyance, spirits, demons, angels, fairies, you know what I mean, dragon, kundalini, butterfly, spirit animals. If you don't believe in none of this, you believe in omens, it's about to get real scary for your ass. You about to have a nightmare, and that's what these movies is about. 2012, Independence Day, I Am Legend. So I'm gonna go for Friday, the Christmas energy. I'm gonna go watch one of them horror movies and just see how scared these people are when we are in full control of this narration. At this point, I'm skinny, and Captain Phillips is not in control. So they watched the end of the movie and they locked Skinny up. But if you know, like I know, the real pirates of the Caribbean, they took Captain Phillips and duct taped that man and did who knows what to that man before they threw him away into the sea, because Captain Phillips is an example of the false powers that be that are trying to transport and how you say it, trying to harness goods that don't belong to them. They're trying to take goods from other countries and then bring it back to their country to sell for their own financial gain. So people like Skinny, they already know what time that is. They like, oh no, not on my block, not on my block at all. So you're gonna deal with that right now. A lot of the takeover. It's the takeover in game. Thanos. The Avengers went back and got Thanos, but in real life, we about to be so deep. It's gonna be 800 of us, all Thanos. We all got the emeralds. You hear that? Yeah, that's the Cardinals. They know what's going on. I'm the Birdman, y'all. I'm telling you, I'm the Birdman, new Birdman. Is you finished or is you done, family? That's my new slogan. Like, which one is it? Because either way, you getting the fuck up out of my face. Anyway, I digress. We just tapping in, man. We sending the ultralight beam out, y'all. We sending the ultralight beam out. Send this ultralight beam to someone. Send this positive energy to someone. Yeah, peace to the Red Cardinals, family. Peace to y'all. Love, love, love. So what did we learn today? We learned about the retrograded planets. We learned about Ma'at. We learned about omens. And we learned about the new personal energy with Leo and how to calibrate this Leo energy right now with these personal planets. Moon will be out of Leo very soon, and then right back for a new moon later, but it's gonna catch that full moon. Wait, no, my bad. We're going on new moon next. We're going on new moon. We're going on Leo new moon real soon. So just wait for it, y'all. Just wait for it. We almost there. So we'll see how this goes, y'all. Y'all be peace. Y'all be love. I'm gonna tap out, and then I'll tap back in this tomorrow or however it comes. Maybe tonight. You know what I mean? Friday night, I'm gonna go out and do something real fun, real legendary, something that don't cost a lot of money because I don't even need it. You know what I mean? To do it like that. I'm real cheap these days. Real old school. I don't need a bunch of money spending to goddamn have some fun. I be in the game. So y'all be peace, man. Love.